We will now study Genesis chapter 29. Chapter 29 tells how Jacob finally arrived at this place. He had reached the hometown of his uncle Laban. That is, he had come to Haran. Thus, he arrived at his uncle Laban's hometown. Then he went to that place where there was a water well. At that time, 3 flocks of sheep were lying by the well, waiting to drink. But Jacob said at this moment, Jacob inquired about his uncle Laban. At that time, regarding his uncle Laban, then they said, and Jacob called out, Brothers, where are you from? They replied, We are from Haran. Then Jacob said, Laban, the grandson of Nahor, do you know him? They answered, We do. Jacob said, May he be well. They replied, Peace. Look, his daughter Rachel is coming with the flock. At that moment, Jacob heard about Rachel. The sheep herd has arrived. Do the brothers and sisters know who Laban is? Laban was Jacob's uncle. Then his mother, Jacob's mother, was named Rebekah. Rebekah and Laban were full siblings. In that case, Rachel, his uncle's daughter, was Jacob's wife. She is Jacob's cousin. Indeed, she is his cousin. Then he saw his cousin Rachel, who was coming with her flock of sheep. At that moment, Jacob said to the shepherds by the well, The sun is still high, and it isn't yet time for the flock to gather. Why not fetch water for the flock to drink? But they were unwilling. They said, We can't. We must wait until all the flocks have come. Only then will we open the well to draw water for them. But why did Jacob insist on fetching water for the flock? In truth, his mind was set on drawing water not just for his uncle Laban's flock, but for his cousin's flock as well. At that moment, his cousin Rachel arrived. Rachel, my cousin, arrived. At that moment, Jacob saw Laban's daughter Rachel and also the flock she was tending. At this moment, Jacob saw his uncle Laban's daughter Rachel and also saw the flock of sheep that Rachel was tending. In ancient times, wells were covered with a stone. After he removed the stone from the well, Jacob drew water to give the flock that Rachel was herding. After they had drunk, then Jacob drew water from the well and gave it to the flock that his cousin Rachel was tending. He said, I am Jacob, the son of your aunt Rebekah. Jacob told his cousin Rachel about the matter. Just say, I am Jacob, the son of Rebekah, your aunt. I was pursued by my brother. Then tell them, incidentally, I intended to marry here, though I was too shy to mention it. After saying this, he mentioned that Jacob had fled. Then his cousin Rachel kissed him. Jacob came to flee. Then Rachel, his cousin, kissed Jacob. Upon hearing this, what about father Laban? So Jacob ended up living in Laban's house. Then Laban said to Jacob, You are truly my flesh and blood. It is clear that Laban loved Jacob greatly. Why did he love Jacob so much? It appears that, initially, why does he love Jacob so much? Because of the deep love he had for his sister Rebekah. His relationship with Rebekah, Jacob's mother, should have been an exceptionally close fraternal relationship. Because he loved his sister Rebekah so much. Because he was jealous of him. Yet now God was causing Jacob's uncle Laban to love him once more. No longer loved Jacob out of jealousy. But now, God is working on his behalf. Laban, Jacob's uncle, loves Jacob, so that Jacob could have a place to stay in Laban's household. At this time, Jacob had been living with Laban for about a month. Then he noticed that Laban had 2 daughters in his household. The older one was named Leah. The younger one is named Rachel. What about Leah? Her eyes were not very attractive. As for Rachel, her eyes were very beautiful. So Laban asked Jacob, Although you're my own flesh and blood, should you serve me for nothing? Tell me, what wages do you want? How much should I pay you for tending my sheep? Then Jacob said, I am willing to work for you for 7 years for your younger daughter Rachel. Then Laban said, That's fine. I'd rather give her to you. Giving him to you is better than giving him to others. But you must work for me for 7 years first. So Jacob worked for Laban for 7 years. Because he deeply loved Rachel, those 7 years seemed to him like only a few days. Glory be to the Father and the Lord.